Okay. J, repeal marriage definition in Constitution. From what I understand, is this one really needed?
Well, how about you climb them? I mean, go ahead, Rachel.
I think it depends on who you ask.
I mean,
I'm
don't we all-
climbing the mountain on this one. I think this is an antiquated provision in the Constitution. The Supreme Court ruled on this, what, 9 years ago, and it's still sitting there in our Constitution. And it's time to take it out.
But don't we already have a law in Colorado allowing same-sex marriage?
No. What we have is a federal provision that says
Okay.
that same-sex marriage can happen. And so Colorado's constitution is not in line with now the Supreme Court's interpretation of the federal constitution. This is just a cleanup provision. That's
Okay.
all it is. It makes our constitution align with the law of the land. And by the way, I'm a huge fan of this. I think this is something. I'm climbing the mountain on this. But I'm also climbing the mountain on this one because it actually makes the Constitution smaller. I love that.
All right. It's unanimous. I'm climbing the mountain on this one too.
All right.
Okay. Next up, modification of deadlines in elections.
Definitely the sexiest subject on the ballot this year.
I was going to say, this is one of those life or death issues that I love having come forward and giving the people of Colorado a chance to weigh in on it.
I'll tell you, as a county commissioner, we were always talking to the clerk and recorder, and there was constant struggle between some legislation that passed a couple of years ago and then constitutional deadlines that are in the state constitution. All this does is cleans that up. I'm climbing this mountain, but it's a boring mountain to climb.
Yeah, I'm voting for it, but I'm turning around at bar camp. I'm not going all the way up on this one.
You're not going to summit it?
No.
I don't think I know what that means, Kyle.
I'm in favor of it, but I'm just not going to make the extra effort.
You're filling in half the bubble?
Yes.
If his Chad is hanging, he's going to leave it.
Yes.
Oh, I'm on the other side of this one, guys. I'm staying on the couch. I'm not buying it. I think that for some initiatives, this is going to mean citizens have less time to collect signatures and file petitions. And I think that's a really important right that we have in Colorado. And certainly we've seen on this ballot and other ballots that citizens are taking advantage of this. It's gotten harder and harder to collect the required number of legal signatures that you need to put something on the ballot. And I'm just not sure why we need to take away a week of that valuable time for government officials to do whatever they're doing behind the scenes.
But couldn't we just back up the whole process by a week for them that way?
I'm not sure that's what this does.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, not one I've spent a whole lot of time on, but no, I'll buy that. I'm still climbing this mountain, but I'll buy that.
Okay. I thought it added a week, so I'm really out to lunch.
Reduce it, and I think it's by 7 or 8 days. Yeah.
It adds a week for the Secretary of State and the processes that are happening at the state level for filing initiatives, referendums, and so forth. It moves up a week the notices that judges must file to have their names added to ballots if they would like to go for retention. And it makes deadlines 1 month earlier for nonpartisan research staff to publish the official text and titles of ballot measures. But, all of that's available online now. We have widespread media coverage of the details of all of these things. So I just don't think that's necessary.
Does that include judges that are under review by the board that's being voted on earlier?
It will after this. No, they
Good
get
question.
they come up for retention every 10 years.
Oh, Jesus.